This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Friday in the morning sprint. Today's expected to be a busy one for travelers. Sydney Charles is tracking flight delays and cancellations if you're heading to the airport. But first, let's get to Mark with your forecast heading into the holiday weekend.
Fog is everywhere. We take a look at our first alert weather, and we take a live look right now. And well, you can see the fog downtown. Temperature sitting at 32 degrees. We are going to see today the cloud cover coming in, and then it's going to be the showers that we expect to see around 12, 1 o'clock, and they're going to take us through the afternoon. So for our highs today, we're going to go from 32 now to 39 for the high with afternoon rain.
If you're driving to the west side of the state for the holidays, it'll be traffic, not snow, as you saw, slowing you down. The Department of Transportation shared this graph with us showing the busiest times to drive over Snoqualmie Pass. Looks like it's going to be tomorrow afternoon between noon and 5. Heading back east after the holidays will be the busiest the day after Christmas. You can expect the most traffic a little earlier in the day from 9 to 2 on the 26th.
AAA says over 7 million people are expected to fly from Saturday, December 23rd to Monday, January 1st. And today is expected to be one of the busiest days for departures, according to Hopper. A live look at FlightAware right now shows that over 16,000 flights have been delayed and nearly 700 flights have been canceled. The Spokane International Airport says today will be one of the busiest travel days of the winter holiday season. The airport expects over 15,000 people to pass through its gates, including more than 3,000 passengers between 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can find tips on how to make your holiday traveling a little bit easier under this story on KXLY.com.
Breaking news overseas this morning where a 24-year-old gunman killed 14 people and injured more than 20 others at a university in Prague. Authorities say the shooter is a student with no previous criminal history. Investigators say the shooter was heavily armed as he opened fire inside a faculty building before he was found dead minutes later on a sidewalk. The Czech Republic now declaring tomorrow as a national day of mourning for the university shooting victims. This morning, we have a better idea when the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students will stand trial. The state filed a motion to have Brian Kohberger's trial be held during summer vacation. The state cited parking and safety concerns for students at Moscow High School since it's right next door to the courthouse. And just yesterday, for the last time, the prosecutors went back inside the home where Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapman were killed. Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson and Idaho Deputy Attorney General Ingrid Beatty, along with others, spent about an hour inside the house. They were later seen outside pointing to an area in the back of the house. It is slated to be torn down next week. The Spokane County Medical Examiner has determined 65-year-old Carol Street, who died in the Minnehaha neighborhood while walking her dog, died of a heart attack. Her body was found December 13th with dog bites on her arms, but the medical examiner says those injuries happened after she died. 4 News Now talked with Carol's friends about her death. You can read how they are remembering her on KXLY.com. 2 men accused of killing a man in East Central Spokane nearly a year ago are in jail right now. According to court documents, Elijah Harvey and Takeo Bay worked in tandem to allegedly kill Carlos Thomas. According to the documents, the two found Thomas sleeping in his car in the early morning hours of December 31st, 2022. That's outside the Parkview Apartments in East Spokane. Harvey appeared in court yesterday afternoon to face the first-degree murder charge. Investigators believe Harvey fired 2 shots hitting Thomas in the side and chest. They say Bay, who will appear in court today, helped coordinate the attack. Harvey has multiple convictions and is being held on a $1 million bond. Spokane Mayor-elect Lisa Brown announced who she plans to appoint to her cabinet when she takes office January 1st. Justin Lundgren will take over as interim chief of police. Lundgren is currently the assistant police chief and has been with SPD since 1997. Brown also announced she will appoint Maggie Yates as assistant city administrator. And coming up next on Good Morning America, details on a new report overnight that claims Donald Trump personally called 2 Republican members of the Detroit County Elections Board and allegedly pressured them to vote against certifying Biden's victory in 2020. There are record numbers of bald eagles at Lake Coeur d'Alene right now. Every year, they migrate to North Idaho around mid-November and feed on salmon. You can expect to see several, if not hundreds, at Beauty Bay, Higgins Point, or Wolf Lodge Bay. And don't be quick if you want to look, because you've got to get out there. Migration starts in January. Weather after this.